Get settled, you are not at our program. Our representative will be walking in shortly, led by the school representation. Welcome to Canisius Education and Careers Fair. I've seen a number of schools around. Just a quick roll call. I've seen the Chikuni girls. Are you in the house?
Yes.
Welcome. St. Joseph's, Kibuna. Are you in the house?
Yes.
St. Joseph's?
Yes.
You guys, did you eat? Huh? St. Joseph's, did you eat?
Yes.
Okay. Wegu. Wegu. Kaumba. Kaumba. And then we also have Beta. Guys who are left out apart from the hosts, Canisius, who are just coming in. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, we are glad to be here finally after so many postponements. We are about to begin as per usual. We will have the whole presentation and then we shall break up into the breakaway session later on. We still have some colleagues who are still on the way. Yeah, we thank you for coming, for sparing this time to listen to us. We also thank our cooperating partners, those who have come on board. We have institutions that support us, former Canisians as well, making this event possible. Particularly mention goes to ZESCO, Unicos, English University, NIPA, Higher Education Authority for the continued support, as well as the many Canisians who passed through this school, who contributed both financially to make this event come through. So to begin, I'll write on the word of prayer. Shall we all stand to pray? Then we can call upon the school representatives to welcome us. Let us pray. Our dear Heavenly Father, who art in heaven, we come before thy holy throne of mercy to give you the honor and the glory. We worship you, we adore thee, we glorify thee, we acknowledge thee as our personal Lord and Savior. We want to dedicate this day to you, Lord, that may you go before us in everything that we are going to discuss. May you bless us. May we be able to impact the knowledge into our young learners this morning and through to the afternoon. May your Holy Spirit be our guide in everything that we do. We commit this day to you. In the mighty name of Jesus, we make our prayer through Christ our Lord, who lives and reigns with you, one God, forever and ever. Amen. Amen. And now I invite upon Haambokoma, the school representative, to come and share his few remarks.
The chairperson of the Canisius Alumni Association, the school administrators of various schools present here, the teachers that have accompanied the pupils, patrons, matrons, the media team, boys and girls. Good morning to you all. On behalf of the school headmaster, and of course on my own behalf, I would like to welcome you to Canisius Secondary School. Particularly today, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the 6th Canisius Secondary School Education Careers and Fair for the year 2025. It is an opportunity for all of us to listen to people from various professions and even to ask questions. So you are most welcome, and please feel free to ask questions and interact with the professionals as they present from various fields of their careers. Once again, you are welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mwangali. At this point, I will invite our patron or chairperson for the alumni to come and deliver some few remarks before we can go into the presentation. I will be your host for this morning. My name is Emmanuel, a former Canisius. You can come to.
Good morning, everyone. That sounds like a classroom response. But my name is Engineer Victor Benjamin Mapani. Some of you have already this name somewhere. Some of you have heard of it. But first and most importantly, I'm an ex-Canadian. I am brought up and bred here. I sat in this same hall to witness various events for the 5 years that I spent here. But this morning, I'm humbled to note that there are various schools that have also been invited. And this is humbling to note that this alumni activity together has now grown to be able to attract other schools to come through is really yielding some results which are good. And as they say, results are not accidental, be it in a classroom, be it in a subject, they are not accidental. All results emanate from two main ingredients. And the first ingredient is to be consistent with what you do. And then the second ingredient is to want it. You want it. So consistency is one thing, and also your input, the actual desire to get it done. I stand here on behalf of the Canisius alumni. I am not the chairperson, but I will speak on behalf of the chairperson. On my way to be very few. So this morning this day we have this event, which to us is very important. Originally, when this started rolling out, it was meant to just share experiences with Canisians, those who are still in school and those who left school, to help them choose careers that they are going to follow through in life. There is no career which is superior to any other careers. I stand here to speak to you because someone stood in front of me and taught me some simultaneous equations, some subjects I didn't like, some things which are interesting, but today I stand here for someone who was a teacher then taught me. So all careers are very important. We are here not to tell you what to do, but we are here to, as much as we can, provide a platform for you to be able to choose the careers that you would like to pick up and shape your lives into. The teachers of this school, I recognize you for the effort and also for hosting us in this school. and also for the initiative that you've taken to bring other schools here. And there are also other institutions that have come. I'm actually shocked to see ZESCO marketing department here. I was shocked when I met them out because I once worked with them a few months ago before I left. So I was shocked, but I realized this event is becoming more and more attractive. And I think there is a reason why institutions such as ZESCO are very interested. I've also noted other officials who are not even in the marketing department from ZESCO who have also come to support this event. And I'm sure there are other people who have also just come in from other walks of life to support this event. So as we proceed into the details of this event, I would like to ask you to be free and to ensure that you pick up something from these interactions. This is not my show, this is your show. So I think I'll end here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for those encouraging words. So we begin our program. We are all here to motivate you. A poor beginning does not mean that you have a bad ending. There's always time to make amends in our lives. I know in boarding schools, we've had people who do various things, who dodge classes, who don't go for prep, but with the right encouragement, they end up being the best. Yeah? So as a student, you are called on to live a life that is balanced. It's not always studying. Please, you need to get involved in extracurricular activities such as sports, drama. It doesn't mean that if you're a dramatist, you are down. No. I know senior people in government who were dramatists performing on this stage, and there are very senior people in the military, for example. Yeah, I know people who were dramatists who are senior people in the private sector. Yeah, so what is important is for you to know why you are here, and you all come on your own. Peer pressure is something that is real in school, and you just need to know that when you are here to get that education, and the education is the best equalizer. So we have a number of professionals that are lined up to share their experiences, give you inspiration. We'll start with the medical field. And this time I'll invite Dr. Ambrose Monga to come and share with us some few inspirations. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, before the doctor goes, I forgot one important announcement. As you go out on your left, the first convenience is here. They are for girls. Then at the other end there, they are for boys. Thank you.
Good morning once again. St. George's, good morning. Luengu. Canisius. Sisi oye. Canisius oye. And I think I didn't get the other schools. Which school is this one? Good morning. Our is in green here. St. Joseph's is here. I can't miss St. Joseph's. It's a sin for a Canisian to miss St. Joseph's, isn't it? Canisian? All right. So I'm Dr. Ambrose Monga, medical doctor by profession. I was also at Canisius. I completed in 2003. It's not so long ago, it's just a few years back. Okay? I was in this same war as our our chairperson has said, pass through these same experiences. And the reason we come today is to give you some insight into some of the career choices that you are planning to go into. How many have thought about being a medical doctor? Hands up. Okay. How many have thought about being a pharmacist? How many have thought about being a physiotherapist? Okay. And how many have thought about being a nutritionist? Okay. Yeah. So the medical field is quite vast. I won't talk more just about medicine because then I will only talk to those few hands that are there. But the whole essence is there will always be someone who's sick, isn't it? All of you will fall sick at some point, and you will need someone to look after you, someone who knows how to look after you. So the medical field is a very lucrative field and very fulfilling. And the good news I have is almost all of you can actually manage to find yourself somewhere in the medical field. The doctor can't do everything, he needs the nurse. Okay? And besides the doctor and the nurse, there is need for a pharmacist. Besides the pharmacist, there is someone who's needed in the lab to look at the samples that we draw to get to find out what bacteria you have, okay, or what's wrong with your blood. So someone needs to be the laboratory scientist to check all those things that can go wrong. We also need someone, if your hand is broken, someone who can help you recover, who's the physiotherapist, okay? And sometimes you don't know what to eat or how that food is going to affect you. You need someone who can run you through your nutritional needs and all those things. So there's room for everyone, okay? And the beauty is all of you in this room are capable of joining at whichever point, okay? So my goal today is to open up your minds. If you've never thought about medical field, you should think about it, because so long as they are human beings, they will fall sick, which means you will be forever have a job. It might not always be a formal job, but life is all about sorting out people's needs. So long as you can sort out someone's needs, you will always be able to make it in the society. So those who want to be doctors or any of these, all that is required is for you to have a bit of love for your sciences. How many of us love our sciences? Biology, chemistry, physics, mathematics. Hi. Yeah. Okay. And unfortunately, English, you can't run away from it. Okay. Because you might be very good in all this, but if you can't express yourself in English, it will be difficult. Because all these are delivered in English. Okay, so you have to pay attention to those. The beauty, I will tell you, is that it is not a must that you should be an A+ student in these things. How many thought you have to be an A+ student? And it's not a prerequisite. Not everyone needs to be the A+ student to become a good doctor. Okay? You've heard the first speaker said you have to want. If you want it good enough, that's the good qualification. 2, you have to be consistent. Why I say you don't need to be an A+ student, the human body has been the same for several years. If we start telling you the head is found on the neck, and we keep telling you for 3 years, will you get it wrong with the level of IQ you already have? You will. So it's the same thing. It might just take time, and all you will need is the second aspect to give you consistency. If you are consistent, then it will work. You are patient, focused, you want it well enough, and you are consistent. Okay? The only difference is the one who's the A+ student will get it easy. You get the difference? You will all reach the same destination. If you're not on the A+ side, it might take a year or 2 longer, but you will still get there if you want it that much. Okay? So that is what we need to drill into you, that some of these conceptions that are taught at some point are not always what will happen. Life is supposed to be made easier. So if you can get better at those subjects, now it is better. But life is round and it's not always the same. Some of you are good in these sciences now when you're in secondary school. It might not be the same when you are in college. These things change. Okay? If I tell you here that one of my colleagues who's doing media there, if you ask these two were with at school, ask them who was likely to be the one doing that when we were in secondary school, he will tell you that it was probably supposed to be me there, because I was the noisy one, and the one who wanted to talk to everyone and do all those things. Was telling you, hey, energy, yeah? You heard that? Well, you had, he never used to do that when we were in school together. Okay? But life has changed. He is now no longer shy to do that. I am on the other opposite side, I will be disabled. So that's how life is. And what I will tell you, that the medical field is open. One thing you have to get for sure is not all of us can be doctors. Not all of us can be pharmacists. Not all of us can be microbiologists. Not all of us can be nurses. Not all of us can be physiotherapists. But all these have one thing in common. It's all medical. They serve the same patients. So the goal is, hopefully in the breakaway sessions, you can come and then we can share to you what your actual strength is. Because there is room for everyone in the medical field if you want to be there. What is wrong is all of you focusing on one thing. Because if you go there and you miss the mark, the career you choose is something you probably do for the rest of your life. So we don't want you to be where you don't want and end up being frustrated. That is the whole reason we are coming here every year, to ensure that we guide what you want to do. So there's room for everyone, okay? And in medical field, it's quite wide, okay? And based on that, I will tell you that if you want to be part of the medical field, you will come and join us. I think there's a slot for the nurses, so I won't go into that part, but when it comes to medicine, pharmacy, physiotherapy, microbiology, those of you who are interested in those, let's meet in the breakaway sessions and let's talk in depth. The thing that I will leave for you is all of you can be there. Don't rule yourself out. All it requires is consistency and the desire and the determination. You might fall once or twice as you try to achieve this. That is not the end. Just keep pushing. You will join us in the medical field and we will happily welcome you. Thank you very much.
field. So how many wants to join the medical field? No doctor. No one is inspired. Okay, so I'll request that Unipost University get ready to give us their presentation after the next speaker, Unipost University. So 10 minutes will be allocated to you. Okay, so the next presentation is focused on banking and finance. How many of us want to be bankers? Okay, cool. So banking is a very interesting career. Until recently, there was no one who was trained as a banker. So people go to school, get their diplomas or degrees in any field, and then end up working in the bank. So until the diploma in banking and finance, now degree, were introduced. So you find that if you look at the banking sector, there are very few people called bankers. Yeah, so teachers are there, nurses are there, engineers are there, anyone can come there. Yeah, but at the point of entry, mathematics becomes something that is very critical. Yeah, mathematics. How many of us have mathematics? Okay. Algebra. During our time, we used to say Emmanuel, or solve Emmanuel. Me, I was very poor in mathematics. I'm the one presenting on banking. I'm a banker, by the way, but very poor in mathematics. In my life, I only passed mathematics only 2 occasions. 2 occasions, in grade 9 and in grade 4. I have my results. I arrived in Canisius in 1996, term 1. My first score in mathematics was 8%. I was in the arts class. I was in the arts class. We used to take 9 subjects. Term 2, my next score was, I think it was 15%. So, at that point, you must understand that we have these other subjects. Huh? So when I arrived from the Dayton, my position in class was number 39. Telling you the truth. It was number 39. So now in term 3, no, term 2, grade 10, penance, I started doing a little bit of extra reading here and there. Come term 3, I picked up in all the subjects except for mathematics. And in term 3, up to grade 4, I was number 1 in 12 arts in my class, apart from mathematics. So my career as master, at that time, I think it should be Mr. Haambokoma. He called me and said, "Well, look at your results. Those were my now mock exam results. You've got 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 in everything. Mathematics 9. So what type of a certificate are you going to make?" That's when I looked and said, "No, I think I need to do something about mathematics." It's not that I didn't know, I was lazy. I was lazy in solving. Yeah? Not that I didn't know what to do. So that's how I decided, okay, September, October, I'll study mathematics and let go of these others. And I managed to get a merit. That's how I became an accountant. That's the minimum that we require for you to go and study accounts. If you can't get a distinction, sorry, I got a credit, not a merit. Number 1 and 2 is distinction, 3 and 4 merit, then 5 and 6 credit. So the minimum was credit. So that's how I ended up being an accountant. I hold ACCA, full ACCA, and I'm working as a banker. So if you want to work as a banker, please pay particular attention to mathematics. And all other subjects are important, but at the end of the day, when we are interviewing you, you should have at least a minimum of a credit in mathematics. So you can be a teacher, you can be a doctor, you can be a nurse. When you come, we train you to be a banker. There are those who go directly and do the banking, financial services the qualification. They can come and they are also known as the bankers. So when you go to the branch, the people you see in front there, that's not the bank. The bank is behind. In the lay bank, you just see the people who get our money, who pay us. But there's a lot of work happening at the bank. We've got people in HR, people in accounting, people in shared services, people in the facilities, so on and so forth. So it's like a collection of every profession supports the banking industry. So if you want to be a banker, please pay particular attention to mathematics, English, and your social sciences. Are we together? So anything is possible. Doesn't matter how bad you start. The finishing is what is important. And please don't say, no, me, I come from a poor family, I can't manage to go to university. There's free education now. Even when you go out there, there'll be free loans. But again, I'm throwing another challenge. You can study on your own. I did ACCA without going in class. I studied on my own and I graduated. The only classroom education I got was at NIPA, where I did a diploma in accounts. So the foundation was sufficient enough for me to propel me to do ACCA. And the ACCA, studying alone, I kept on believing in myself. In one of the subjects, I'm a prize winner with the highest score of 94% for a student in Zambia. That is the business law. And I was number 3 in the world. So you can do it. So self-determination, don't give up on yourself, know what you want, and you'll get there. Laziness is the number 1 enemy that we have. As I have demonstrated to you, I was just lazy in mathematics. Not that I didn't know. Because when I went to NIPA, I started doing calculus. The same thing that I was running away from here, I was able to solve dy dx. I was able to do that. Nothing changed except that I became more determined and focused. Are we together? So we'll have more discussions in the breakaway session for those who want to be bankers. Thank you very much. Euricos, are you ready? You can come through and give us your presentation under 10 minutes. Thank you.
The chairperson, the alumni representative, the distinguished institutions, NIPA, ZESCO, Mulungushi University, various schools represented. I've seen Canisius, they're here, the hosts, St. Joseph's, Welgu, Kaumba. Which other school have I left? Which one? I can't get you. Okay. So I've taken note of all the schools that are present. May I just simply say all protocols observed. My name is Humphrey Monde. I am the Executive Director, Canisius University. I'll start by elaborating just for your information so that you know what is Canisius University. Canisius University is an institution of higher learning which is registered and accredited by the Higher Education Authority. It's also registered with the Health Professional Council of Zambia and also accredited by the TEVET or TEVETA. It's an institution that runs various key programs. I'll start with our health-related programs. We run programs in health to do with the diploma in environmental health. Those that want to become health inspectors, you can choose to join the environmental health team. So we have the environmental health at the diploma level and also at a bachelor's level. Those that want to be small doctors, we also train clinical officers at a diploma level and also at a bachelor's level. So those that are doing bachelor's level, we call them medicalization, or they graduate with a bachelor degree in clinical medicine. We also have public health. Those that are concerned of issues to do with the public health, health promotions. So we have diploma in public health. At the same time, we have Bachelor of Science in Public Health. Other than that, we also have diploma in occupational health and safety, and also Bachelor of Occupational Health and Safety. If you notice, of late, in times we have had many accidents, more especially in the mining sector and other sectors. So occupational health and safety is very, very key to all of us. We also have those that want to become nurses. We have diploma in nursing, which is RA, registered nursing. We also have a Bachelor of Science in nursing. Now, other than the health-related programs, I know there are quite a number of them. We also have Bachelor of Science in Health Promotion and Disease Prevention. We also have Bachelor of Science in Social Work, those that are interested in social work. So we have social work at the diploma and bachelor's level. Other than that, there are many other business-related courses that we have introduced, and also the TEVET courses. These are courses that deal with skills, those that are interested to deal with skills. We have courses that are related to schools which we'll be able to share with you, and when you're also able to get funding or we're able to get full sponsorship through CBA, the government of the Republic of Zambia has made things easier for all of us that are in higher learning institutions, in TEVET institutions. So there's specific funding that has come for such related programs. Now, why Unicos University? Unicos University is among the few universities in Zambia that runs a medical hospital. I know there are other institutions that have medical hospitals, more precisely the mission schools. On the private-related schools, I think it's only UNILAS that has set up a state-of-art hospital. And the second from that, we have Unicos University. We run a Class B hospital. And many of our key students that graduate from Unicos are actually employed at our facility, at the university, and also at our hospital medical institution. Now, as Unicos University, we give out scholarships. Now, this scholarship is very specific for the team that are here. I know this, by the end of this year, you'll be done with your school. Now, I'm giving you the roadmap. Follow me very closely. We are giving out scholarships specific for our Southern Region Team B, the schools that are represented, at 50% scholarships in all programs. So when you are done with your school, all you need to come with is your slip from your school here. We'll be able to give you the 50% scholarship. We also give 100% scholarships on the specific issues to the vulnerable, those that are vulnerable, those that have no support. We're able also to give them those key scholarships. Now, as I conclude, let me say this. I'm equally a product of not Canisius here. My former school is Monze Secondary School, MAPS. And I'm coming to you as a young entrepreneur. As young as I am, I'm able to run this great institution as the CEO, as the Chief Executive Officer. And I want to believe you young people, you have what it takes. They say a journey of 1,000 miles, that's what? One step. Just that step that you take will see you to get to the high heights. Are you there? All these CEOs, directors, doctors that you see here, they started from somewhere. And as I stand here, I'm proud to mention that I represent all employers in this country as the president of the United Federation of Employers in Zambia. So it's my privilege and honor that you young people, you can always get to the top. Are you there? You can get where? To the top. So all you need to do is just start that one step and you are there. As I conclude, allow me just to ask my colleague Deborah, she has just few ways that we are done. Thank you.
I really love the atmosphere here. Thank you so much. And St. Thomas, I am a proud Santa girl. Okay, firstly, let's give a round of applause to our different speakers and organizers. This is amazing. I'm going to represent University. I am a proud graduate from the University of Zambia. I did my bachelor's in public administration, currently doing my master's in public administration. That is also offered at Unicos University. I wish I knew earlier at very good scholarships. Yes, so please come to Unicos. Now I want us to do something for a minute. Quietly, let's imagine ourselves. Okay? We have all these different things we want to pursue, our careers that we want to see ourselves. Let's imagine these careers, because I know everybody says doctor, teacher, nursing, but let's imagine extra things we could achieve. I'm here to talk about the TEDx programs that are offered at Unicos University. We have tailoring and forwarding, we have cosmetology. I think for the ladies, this would be a really good thing for you. The makeup, the nails, the hair, skills that will equip you to go into society. Even without a job, you are able to pick up yourself and make something out of yourself. I always believe and tell my brother and my sisters that you don't need to go into a company and drop your CV and actually have a job. You can create a job on your own. Do you know that some of us are meant to be CEOs rather than employees? Have you ever thought of that? Unicos gives an opportunity for each one of us to be entrepreneurs. And as you join Unicos, you join a team that is willing to mold you, that is willing to mentor you. You will find me under research. I love doing research. If you're curious about life, please join me. Saving lives, promoting wellness, leading health innovations, hands-on learning. We are come with our dedicated nurse. We have a stand outside if you'd love to. During the breakout sessions, come and see what we have to offer at Unicos. And join the team. Thank you.
I can see the loudest noise is coming from this side. Thank you very much, Unicos University. Please, let's continue believing in ourselves. Believe in yourself. anything is possible. In October, we'll be having our day for Canisius. So I want to see a lot of guys coming in from there, get your award. Before you sit again, your name is called to come back. That's how it's supposed to be done. Okay, our next presentation is on engineering by Engineer Victor Mapani. Thank you.
Okay, I already listed you now. I just talked about the actual field, engineering field overview. Let's remember the equation. Results are not accidental. Results equals intention or intentionality or wanting it plus consistency. You get your results. And this equation applies anywhere, in everything. Results equals intentionality plus consistency. That's it. You can see here, I could hear the Santa St. Joe and Canisius. So by the way, this is a long-standing relationship. In our case, we used to have one of the fathers take letters to St. Joseph's and bring replies to his paper. But let's go to the engineering. Engineering is the gap between scientists and their theories and everybody else. Engineering applies everywhere. The chair where you are sitting, did you think twice to sit? Or you just came there and sat? Exactly. But someone else had to do the thinking that the maximum weight for a person should be approximately so many kgs, and therefore design the 4 legs of the chair to distribute that force into 4 and equate it to sitting. That is engineering. Everything that you do is the roof sitting on our top here. This is not a sky. This is actually designed to hold the force up there. So they distribute the force of the roof into these 2 forces, which can be broken into vertical and horizontal. Those of you know that. But that's all engineering. All of you have phones. It's all engineering. The mic I'm speaking through, it's all engineering. Converting my voice, multiplying it to your eardrum, it's all engineering. And there are so many fields of engineering. Some of them you know, some of them you might not know. I'll mention but a few. Now we have what we call biomedical engineering. Even the drip which you get when you go to the hospital, the rate at which the water is coming in, or the drop, that's engineering. Someone has to design the floor to ensure that you are not overdosed or underdosed. That's engineering. So you have got biomedical engineering, you have got electrical engineers like myself, you have got mechanical engineers, you have got civil engineers, you have got people who deal with aeroplanes, aeronautical engineers, you've got computer science engineers. You have the field of engineering is broad. What do you need to become an engineer? What do you need to have? The previous speaker on banking, talked about mathematics being a challenge. For engineering, mathematics is a must. Mathematics is a must. And of course, if you do have all the sciences are critical. I just told you biology, you've got biomedical engineering, it's needed. You've got chemical engineers, chemistry is needed. You have got the examples I gave you, physics is needed. So all the sciences are critical for engineering. And if you are not good in any of those subjects, doesn't mean you cannot be an engineer. Did you get me right? Even if you are not good in any one of those subjects, doesn't mean you cannot be an engineer. By intentionally wanting it, the banker, I go back to his example, he started reading and started understanding mathematics and started doing calculus. The one who was getting 15%. And by the way, even when you do get into the School of Engineering, wherever you're going to do it, whether it's University of Zambia or any other university in the world, you will still need to do the same principles, the basic principles. Engineering is key to our lives, daily lives. It is so key. It is so key that sometimes you don't even think that what you're doing is engineering. When you go into the kitchen and you turn on the kettle, you plug it into the socket, someone talked about the design of the plug and ensure that the flow of current from there was adequate to go through the wires that you put in, and design just enough power to heat your water in a certain way. That's what engineering. Even those who go to, I saw Santa here coming with a nice hairstyle. The blower is designed by an engineer. The heater in there is designed to create just enough temperature, not to burn your brain. That is what engineering. So engineering is so important to our lives that almost everything that we drive bases their principles on engineering. Your kitchen, when you go to the lingo, is all based on engineering. Without it, the boilers that cook the sump, you know, I stayed here for 5 years and we ate sump every day. This is. And to a level where when you go home, you start missing the sump. Very interesting. But the boilers are all engineering products. So from the infrastructure that you have, the bridges, the aeroplanes, the houses that you see, the architects do the architectural work, and then the engineer makes sure that the architectural dream is actually materialized. So for those of you who want to do engineering, you focus on the sciences and mathematics. And any one of you can be an engineer. And an engineer does not mean you cannot be a CEO of a company. It doesn't mean that. Right now, where I stand here, I just concluded my last career as a CEO for a power utility in Zambia called ZESCO. So I was the managing director for ZESCO for 3 years, 2021 to 2024. And there I was as an engineer. You still have to do the administration part. You still have to do the finance part. You still have to do what you have to do. But even then, engineering is in the background to drive those machines, to drive those generators, to drive that electricity, to ensure that people's lives are better. If you take electricity into a rural area, you just give it 2 years, go and check. The lives of people there just change for the better. So engineering is critical for our livelihood, and we encourage all of you. Engineering is not for men alone, ladies too. And we have a lot of lady engineers now in this country. And I see quite a good representation of ladies in this room. So please do consider engineering. It is also quite a lucrative field, because you can also run your own company. You don't need to work for anybody. Right now, I run my own consultancy firm, and I do a lot of work for a lot of other people in Zambia and abroad. So you can still do your own things, even as an engineer. You don't need to work for somebody. I think the lady just made it clear. Our education system should not take us to thinking we need to be employed. We should also be thinking to employ, make jobs for other people. That's what we should do. And engineering is a field in which you can actually employ a lot of people. I thank you.
Thank you very much, engineer. Engineering indeed. This morning I spent some time getting food stuff for you guys, and currently the food engineer is preparing lunch. Engineering everywhere. You go around the airports, you find sanitary engineers. So engineering everywhere that we do. Okay, let's hope somebody is getting inspired. Believe in yourself. We will now move on to our next presentation in the field of monitoring and evaluation. Then thereafter, we will look at the media. So Matongo, get ready after the monitoring presentation. Welcome to the floor, Gates.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to be here today. I can see there are a lot of people, familiar faces. I can see people from Kaumba, people from Wengu. Mr. People, I can see you. Thanks for coming. My presentation today is on monitoring and evaluation. Has anybody heard about monitoring and evaluation? M1E. Yes. Anyone? Anyone? You can raise your hand. Okay. So, monitoring and evaluation is a social science that actually deals with tracking progress, systematic tracking of progress on the different projects or programs. So right about now, I'll give you a proper and practical example of what M&E is in relation to what I do on a day-to-day basis. But then, before I go further, I'm going to say that I've got a background in education. My first degree at UNZA is a Bachelor of Arts in Education. But I was able to do monitoring and evaluation while I was at UNZA because we would have it from time to time. So this program is being offered at the University of Zambia, and right now it's also being offered at UNILAS. You are able to do your master's program in M&E. So M&E is a systematic process used to track progress and assess performance and make informed decisions about different projects or programs that you could be probably undertaking. Let me give you a perfect example. If you have a farm and you are venturing into animal production, so before you do anything, you need to practice monitoring and evaluation. For this number of animals that I have, am I able to sustain them in terms of feeding? If let's say for example we are doing zero grazing, so you know to say in that month how many balls of grains are we able to finish? Or if let's say you are doing a project that has to do with health retention, how many people are we able to give access to medication in that particular month? Or if you are undertaking a project that has to do with a perfect example, let me give a perfect example in relation to what I do. A solar project. How many people are able to benefit from this particular project that we are doing? Is it feasible enough that at the end of the project, or as we are undertaking the project, people are able to benefit? So you are able to assess how the project is able to do from the onset at the beginning of the project, during the project, that's midline, and until the end of the project. So for everything that you have to do, call it a business, whether it's farming, whether it's it has to do with power utility, or if you're going to run a school, you need to practice M&E. Because you can't just be doing things as business per usual. You need to account how much you are able to, let's say for instance, you've got workers that are working for you. So you're able to account how much am I supposed to put aside so that I'm able to pay these workers? How much money do I need for this project to run it efficiently? Whether you're talking about fuel in terms of maintenance costs or production costs. So M&E is very important because it helps you to track progress as you are running the project. You are able to see the different mistakes that you would have made, and you are able to align to say, are we doing the right thing? It's not just about me doing what I want, but is it in tandem with what I want to achieve at the end of the day? So as you go on with the project, you'll be able to see that there are certain things that come by the way that you didn't expect, and you're able to manage them properly.
For those things that you're able to achieve, those are the milestones, and then you learn from them and you replicate those lessons. So M&E is a very interesting field because it enables you to be able to run programs from the onset to the end, but it kind of gives you direction. Let's say, for instance, you want to move from Chikuni to Lusaka and you've got a vehicle. So a practical example of how you can use your M&E is you check the vehicle that you have. First of all, is the vehicle roadworthy? If the vehicle is roadworthy, do I have enough fuel? If I have enough fuel, do I have what it takes to drive from here to Lusaka? Otherwise, if you don't have what it takes, then you might start off from Chikuni to Lusaka, you reach Monze, you don't have fuel. Then it actually means that you are not doing the correct thing because you are not planning. You start off from here, you reach Kisekesi, the vehicle breaks down. It means that you haven't prepared enough and you haven't planned enough because how do you start off from here to Lusaka? You don't have enough fuel, your vehicle is not roadworthy, and everything is invalid, your vehicle taxes are invalid. So M&E, in a way, helps you to be able to plan from the onset, during the process, and until the end. So maybe one would wonder, if I started M&E, where would it take me? What would I do? I think recently there have been many job opportunities that have been coming up as a result of monitoring and evaluation. Before I joined ZESCO, I was working for an organization called Right to Care, a consortium of Equip Zambia under USAID, where I was working as M&E officer. So there we had different indicators that we were looking for. We were dealing with an HIV/AIDS project that had to do with how many people are HIV positive in that particular area, how many people do we have that are negative, how many babies are born that are positive, or how do we prevent how do we prevent children from being positive? So M&E, you're able to apply M&E, and in a way, it helps you to have direction about the things that you should do and the things that you shouldn't do. So for many questions that you might have, I'll be more than ready to answer them during the session. Otherwise, thank you very much.
Thank you. All careers are important. No career is superior than the other. Monitoring and evaluation. We all do that, especially married men. Monitoring the household goods, the kitchen. Why has many you finished it? All those questions. Media presentation will be next. In the light of social media, we are reminded that we should be very careful when we use social media. As young people, the temptation is to misuse. We can do a lot of things on social media which are beneficial. Yeah, people make money through the sketches that they perform, through the presentations, so on and so forth. So the misuse of social media is not an excuse for someone to say they want to gain fame. You can gain fame by doing the correct thing using social media. We welcome Matongo to come and take us through the media segment of the presentation. And then we are supposed to have the presentation from ZESCO. ZESCO can start preparing before we break off for the session at about 12:15, somewhere there. Matongo.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Those who already heard me, please stand up. If you haven't heard me, please stand up. Okay, you are attentive. My name is Matongo Maumbi. I hope none of you know me, so that the introduction I will make can make sense. Does anyone think they know me? Besides Canisius? All right, thank you very much. I came to Canisius in February 1994, and I left on 21 November 1999. I was in grade 8 GG, 9 GG, and then senior section, I was in 12B. Booze. I've been asked to talk about media. I can tell you that when I was at Canisius, just to give you a background, is any of you involved in news and recreation for Canisius or any of your schools, entertainment? How many of you are involved in entertainment in the school? Okay, I can see a couple of hands. There's a notice board when you leave the admin block on your left. We used to write news items. We would get newspapers and listen to radio and write a summary for our fellow pupils to appreciate what is happening around the world. Or we would also put up activities for the week in the school. Little did I realize that actually I was preparing myself for a career in media. Moving fast forward, I did my training in journalism and public relations, and I can tell you that at secondary school, senior secondary, I hated the subject of history. But my teacher kept on pushing. Grade 10, I didn't learn history. Grade 11, first term, I didn't learn history, and up until the second term, up to the end of the year, the grade 12. And history, unfortunately for me, fortunately for my teacher, was the only distinction I got on my certificate. The subject I hated so much was my distinction. And it's a career path that I've moved into, where it involves a couple of reading, you have to read a lot, you have to research a lot, you have to write a lot. And I didn't like that. But that is my profession now. The engineers will talk, the medical people will talk, but who will inform the public? It's us in the media. I joined the media. I started with a local radio station here, school radio. I worked here for 10 years. Then I said, enough is enough, let me move away. And then I started doing radio drama. But the highlight came when I joined the BBC. In 2014, I joined the BBC as a journalism trainer now, to train other journalists in the country, to make them have the quality that the BBC has, but in the Zambian style. I served there for a good 10 years as well. Then I was like, okay, media, I think I've done enough. Let me look for more opportunities. Then I went to the other side of the media. You know, in the media, you ask questions. In the media, we are the ones who are privileged to ask questions. If it's the president, it's the pope, it's the headmaster, it's a street person, it's someone in the market. If the media does not ask the question, who will ask the questions? No one. So the job of the media has taken me places. I've been to all provinces in this country. I used to count how many provinces I've not visited. Now I'm counting how many of the 116 districts I've not visited because of my work. I love traveling. The work makes me travel. I've visited a number of countries because of my work as a journalist. I have a colleague, he has run away somewhere here. They used to say, media is not nice. You won't make it well. But when I travel around, I'm the envy of them. When I mingle with big people, as a bigger person, I can mingle with everyone, the big people, the young people, and everyone, because that is the privilege. They actually call us the fourth estate. What are the three arms of government? I'm just hearing. From the three arms of government, we come as the fourth. It is how powerful we are in building society, but we can also be powerful in destroying society. Just as I was walking in, I had something to do with social media. Let's be mindful. That is part of media. Let us use media to build ourselves. You have access to phones, illegal access to phones sometimes, or most of the times, because I know most of the schools, they don't allow phones, but you do have access to phones. We know. Because we know some that have been chased, because they have been using phones wrongly. Are you accessing those phones to research on matters that will make you excel? Are you researching, you want to be an engineer, but all you do is to check on the gossip for the day? Are you researching? Are you going on YouTube to learn? That, yes, will manifest in a few years' time when you come and stand here. So, those of you that have an interest in the media, have an interest in subjects like English. My friend was talking about mathematics, Mr. Manajingwara. We were in the same intake, and the grade 10 story he was talking about in terms of mathematics and us failing. We were that group that failed. But when I got home, my mother was very upset. Then I told her, Mom, I got 21%. The highest got 36%. So it's not me who is bad. It's a subject or the teacher. So that time was a training point for us who hated mathematics. And it was a wake-up call for those who actually loved mathematics. I can tell you that I hated mathematics. But then I realized without mathematics, I will not move anywhere. That's how we started learning more from our teachers, learning more from colleagues. There's always that colleague who is very good at a certain subject. Learn from them. And that speaks to research. Media requires you to research, be friendly, be inquisitive, ask a lot of questions, and you will be able to make it. Is there money in the media? Is there money in the media? Would anyone consider a career in the media? Engineering or media? This side is media, you are for me. Money, whichever career you go by, you can make or you cannot make. It's up to the way you apply yourself. There was a time when our salaries would come from the table, you get paid from the table. The money wasn't so much. But because we've applied ourselves, we've taken ourselves to school, we are able to value ourselves to an extent where you can also do consultancy and be able to be hired by someone to do work for someone. But what I can tell you about a career in media, I've spent 25 good years in media, and I am not looking back. I'll continue being in media. Communication is something that is in me now. Whether I was born with it, now it is in me, and I'll transfer it to other people. So, as others have said, life has different ends. Don't be so fixated to say, I want to do journalism, so let me not concentrate on other subjects. I want to do banking, let me just concentrate on information subjects. I want to be a doctor. History has nothing to do with me. Geography has nothing to do with me. This has nothing to do with me. Society will humble you. Society is very good at humbling you. The first start of society humbling you is when that pocket money that you used to receive stops coming in the way it used to come. And then now, bills start coming for you. You have to go to college, university, you start working. The career that you planned for, work hard towards it. But it can fail. If it fails and you are still good with other things, you are easily able to divert. I can tell you that I almost became a teacher, I almost became a doctor, I almost became an accountant, but everywhere I was going, all those things were failing until I did journalism. And I've stayed in journalism for 25 years. Right now, where am I? Where do I work? Sorry? No, I moved from the BBC. I said I spent 10 years at BBC. I moved from there. So my career has taken me a step further. How many of us know about electricity? Hands up. How many of us know about electricity? You don't know about this light? That's electricity there, at least in my understanding. So hands up if you know about electricity. Is it a lack of confidence or lack of knowledge about bulbs? Any career that you need to exert yourself with confidence. Our former headmaster, who after retirement headed Wengu for some years, would say, my boys, in everything that you do it hard. If you are to drink water, drink hard. If you are to steal hard, but when you are hot, it's a problem. So, what I'm trying to say is, let us exert ourselves in everything that we can do. My experience in media has made us interact with all the professions available. I would interact with an engineer, I would interact with a doctor, I would interact with a marketeer, an accountant, and everyone. Just in conclusion, my media career, my communication career, took me to ZESCO, where I am now the spokesperson for ZESCO. So if you hear ZESCO and you want to know something about ZESCO, I am the person that you now talk to. Now imagine representing such a big company, all because of media. Now you are quiet. And that's when I'm ending. So, being spokesperson for ZESCO makes me now interact with even more people. But unfortunately, some will only call when they have no power at home. No, we don't have power at our school. Can you help us this and this? But that is all about communication. If you don't know how to communicate, you answer them to say, no, don't call me, call the call center. We're people employed for that. But because you know what to do and your job is to serve the community, you will talk to the people. So when we do the breakaway session, we'll share more about career in media and how you can make it, what you need to do at a school. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was an insightful presentation. ZESCO, are we ready? ZESCO, we are blessed to have ZESCO today, not only by virtue of the ZESCO, but also the people at ZESCO, and there will be no load shedding, at least we are sure. They call it load management now. ZESCO.
Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, future engineers. Only girls. I hope the boys got the chances, they will be engineers as well. Good afternoon, engineers. Okay. My name is Engineer John Maindaina. I'm currently the area manager for Monze, and it's such a privilege to recognize one of the most outstanding engineers in Zambia, Engineer Victor Mapani. This man you are seeing, some of you will join us in future, will read about him. He's one of those engineers that have really done a lot in Zambia, and they're still doing a lot. You understand? Let's just give him a clap for all of us. He has done a lot, and he's still doing a lot in the engineering field, especially electrical engineering. Before I say anything, maybe let me just encourage, I'll just go a bit personal, because it's this time, such time as this, where my daughter, who is in Russia now, made a very serious decision to do electrical engineering without me telling her. All along, she wanted to become a doctor, and she was just doing just that. All she was researching was just about medicine. You go in the sitting room, she'll be maybe watching, is it EI or something. So I knew that she was going to be a doctor. So just towards the end of this grade 12, she had a career as a program such as this. And she came back home and said, Daddy, I've changed my career, I want to be an engineer. Because there's someone who spoke to me, and I liked it. And that career's talk was at Cafe Board. And that's how she made a decision. She got her 6 points, she did her applications and went to Russia. Right now, she's in her 3rd year studying electrical engineering. So, some of you who are making this meeting taking it very lightly, it's a very important meeting, and it may make you make a decision that will change your direction in the future. Take it very seriously. Even as we are encouraging you, some of us have gone through this life, and we're still going through this life. Life is a conveyor belt. Today we are engineers. We start the way you have been sat here, and tomorrow you'll be here encouraging other people who will not be there. That's how life is. So we take this very seriously. Tomorrow you'll be the area manager for Monza. The other day you'll be the CEO of the company, and life goes on. That's how simple life is. No one will be there forever. So let's take this very seriously and make decisions. There are certain decisions in life which you cannot reverse. One of them is just the career path. If you decide to choose a career that will really make you bored in future, you are in for it for the rest of your life. So listen to those people that are in it, get what you need to get, and make a decision. That's how life is. I'm here to talk about maybe engineering in ZESCO. Okay, I'm so proud to tell you that ZESCO is an engineering company, maybe 50%. The other percentages are in other fields like the way Mato said. But I'll tell you proudly that as engineers, we drive engineering in ZESCO. It's an engineering company. When you go to mining, you can never even be a CEO of that mining company if you are not a mining engineer. Isn't it? Our CEO here was saying that he's an engineer, isn't it? And most of his life, even if he was doing all he was doing, the accounts, he was able to see, he was able to check other departments. But the reason why he was our CEO is because he's an engineer, isn't it? Even here in Monza, where I am running Monza as area manager, we have other departments. We have accountants, we have other departments, HR. But because I'm an engineer, I'm the head of the department, isn't it? So those of you who want to become engineers in ZESCO, you find that automatically when you become an engineer, you come in ZESCO, you head the department, you rise your ranks up to where you want to be. Your engineering will propel you to the greater positions in ZESCO. That will make you be wherever you can be. So if you want to join ZESCO as an engineer, maybe let me start by saying that engineering is not just having a degree. Mr. Mapani said that even where you sat there, is it an engineer who made that chair? Obviously, all of you think a carpenter is not an engineer. To me, I would say he's an engineer, isn't it? A degree holder can make that chair. You say, I'm too educated to make a chair. But the fact that he was making that chair, he became an engineer. And maybe he had a craft certificate. From a craft certificate, he has a technician certificate. From technician certificate, a diploma, until you get a degree, master's and other things. I would also mention that maybe that's the path I took as well. When I was in grade 12, those days, you apply before the results come out. So we applied. I was one of the good students. I remember I was even the highest at that school I was during more. But I became busy and started playing. I got 11 points that time, best 5. And Wunza, for you to go to Wunza, I think they were getting at 10 points. So I missed going to Wunza by 1 point. It was very difficult for me to accept. So I thought maybe, because I grew up not knowing that I would pass through college, I thought I would go straight to university and finish my degree. By mistake going to Wunza or CBU by 1 point. That derailed my career path. I went to Norway, got my technician certificate after 2 years. After that, I got my diploma at CBU. From there, I got my degree at CBU. So you can choose your path, and something can delay you, but tell me that it has stopped you from achieving what you want to achieve. We come from different backgrounds. Some of us may be coming from homes that are not as privileged as others, but that doesn't make you fail to achieve the decisions that you need to achieve or the direction that you need to take. So in all the directions that you make, at the end of the day, you have a life to live. You have a future to lead. You have your own thinking that you need to have. So I want to encourage you, those that want to join us in engineering, to join us in ZESCO, that the future in ZESCO for engineers is very bright. I think ZESCO, if I'm not mistaken, I may be guided in terms of electrical and electronics, one of the highest employers of electrical engineering. Then for other engineering fields like mining, obviously we are there. Everywhere we are there as electrical engineers. But the highest employers in terms of electrical electronics, ZESCO is one of them. And the future is bright. Are we listening? The future is bright in ZESCO, and obviously also they give us good money. That I can encourage you. So there's no need for you to get discouraged. Come to ZESCO, do engineering, be what you want to become, and obviously you can achieve what you want to achieve. With these few words, I say thank you very much. I'll hand over to Matthew.
Thank you very much. Just as a complimentary ZESCO, who ran a short quiz with some few prizes to be won. So can we warm up? So if you know the answer, sisters, see who will be the first one. Don't just shout the answer, please. The one would say, put up your hand. What is it? Or stand up your hand. What do you say?
Good afternoon. Hello. How are you guys doing? Aren't you guys tired? Can everyone stand up? Get up on your feet. Okay, you can sit down now. Okay, you can stand up now. Okay, you can sit down. No, for real, you can sit down. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Gabriela Malindi. I'm getting a lot of comments from this side. Which school is that in the back? Okay, I see you guys. My name is Gabriela Malindi. I am a marketing officer at ZESCO. How many of you want to be marketers? By show of hands. It's my crew there in the back. How many of you know what a marketing officer does? Anybody? Any one of you? So a marketing officer is technically a person that promotes products and services of an organization. So what is my responsibility at Zesco? I need to make sure that I promote Zesco's products and services. It means that I need to promote electricity. I need to make sure that you're safe. I need to make sure that you understand the safety around electricity. I need to make sure that you understand about vandalism. I need you to understand and know the projects that Zesco is undertaking. So marketing basically advertises what a company is doing. So if you have a small business, for example, if you, let's say, bake, right? A marketing officer would be someone that promotes your goods, your cakes, your croissants, your donuts, whatever it is that you bake. Okay? If you're someone who, let's say, loves to draw, right? You're going to create a Facebook page, you're going to showcase some of your work there. Those are some of the things that a marketing officer does. And my role at Zesco, I'm a branding officer, and I'm also in charge of social media, which is the digital channels that Zesco has. So every time you see a post, every time you see pictures, every time you see statements that go out, every time that we have engagements and interactions like we're doing today, that is technically what a marketing officer does. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's try this again. How many of you want to be marketers? It's still my turn. Oh, we have a few hands. Okay, all right. So without wasting much time, I don't know how many schools do we have here? We have St. Joseph, and then in the back. Alright, and then over here. Okay, that's 3 in the back. Oh, you're still part of them. And then here. So that's 4. And then here. So that's and then in the back. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to take up a very quick quiz. Okay, guys, listen up. We're going to take a very quick quiz. So amongst yourselves, I need one representative who can join me up here on stage. We're going to play a very quick quiz. So amongst yourselves, choose one person who can come and represent you. Okay. From there. Okay. I think we have everyone represented up here in front. I'm just going to quickly pass the mic and you're just going to tell me your name, your grade, your school, and you're going to tell me your shoe size? Hi everyone. My name is Emmanuel from St. Joseph Secondary School. Yes. And I'm a size 6 position. Okay. I'm in the pool.
Good morning, everyone. My name is John Evans, and I'm from 12B, Western School, and my shoe size is size 8. Yeah.
Good afternoon. My name is Utanda. Yeah, my name is Utanda Nandri. I'm a size 10 UK.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mark Kadri. I'm from Delta Private School. I'm in grade 11. My shoe size is 8.
Hi everyone. My name is Haambokoma. I'm from Chikuni Girls, and I'm in grade 12. My shoe is size.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kim Palanti. I'm the current head boy for Kamba Secondary School, and my school size is 10.
You chose your representative, so good luck and all the best. Let's hope they don't embarrass you, okay? Okay, I have a question. I'm going to pose a question to the first person. I'm going to give them options, like multiple choice, and they're going to try and select the right answer. But I'm a bit conflicted. What do I do if they get the answer wrong? Shouldn't they dance, like for 10 seconds? Okay, so if they get the answer wrong, the DJ will play one of your maps. And you get to dance. And if they fail the question, they get to dance. And then, after they dance, you guys will get to decide if they still should walk away with the prize or not. Alright? So you guys are the judges as well. Question number 1. Are you ready? What does a transformer do? I'm going to say it again. Question number 1. What does a transformer do? Option 1, let's listen up. Option 1, does a transformer produce electricity? Does it change the voltage of electricity? Does it store electricity in a tank? Or does it make electric cars go faster? I'm going to repeat the options for you. What does a transformer do? Option A, produces electricity. B, changes the voltage of electricity. C, stores electricity in a tank. Or D, makes electric cars go faster. Question number 1.
Changes the voltage of electricity.
That is the correct answer. Congratulations, you get yourself a t-shirt. Yes, you can make it. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, ready for the next question? Question 2. Which of these is the largest source of electricity generation in Zambia? I'm going to repeat that. Which of these is the largest source of electricity generation in Zambia? A, solar. B, diesel generators. C, hydropower. D, wind energy. I'm just going to repeat that for you again. Which of these is the largest source of electricity generation in Zambia? Let's quiet down. Let's hear the question. A, solar. B, diesel generators. C, hydropower. Or D, wind energy. Question 2.
C.
That is correct. Round of applause, he got the answer correct. These questions are easy, next. I should make them more difficult. Okay, our next question. Don't you want to dance? I want to see someone dance. Okay, question number 3 says, what is the best time to use high energy appliances like irons or geysers to reduce pressure on the grid? Okay, let's quiet down. Let's understand the question. I'm going to read it again. It says, what is the best time to use high energy appliances such as irons and geysers to reduce pressure on the grid? Option A, in the morning from 6 to 9 a.m. Option B, afternoon. Let's quiet down. Afternoon from 12 to 3 p.m. Option C, the evening from 6 to 10 p.m. or late night from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. So what time should you use your geyser and your iron? Should it be from 6 to 9 a.m. in the morning, afternoon 12 to 3 p.m., C, evening 6 to 10 p.m., or D, 10 p.m. to 5 a.m.? Question 3.
The answer is
That is the correct answer. All right. Let's quickly run through the remaining contestants. Question 4. Which part of your home uses the most electricity? Which part of your home uses the most electricity? Option A, light bulb. Option B, TV. Option C, electric stove. Option D, phone charger. Option A, light bulb. Option B, TV. Option C, electric stove. Or option D, phone charger. Question 4.
The electric stove.
You guys sure? Light bulb, TV, electric stove, and phone charger? Electric stove? That is the correct answer. Okay. On to our second last question. What's the safest action if you see a fallen power line? You know the power lines that you see around? If you see one that has dropped, one that has fallen, what do you do in that situation? Option A, call Zesco immediately. Option B, pour water on it. Option C, try to move it with a stick. Option D, take a selfie with it. I'm going to repeat that for you. What's your safest action if you see a fallen power line? Call Zesco immediately. Pour water on it. Try to move it with a stick. Or take a selfie near it. Question 5. The answer is A. That is correct. Okay. Last question. Last question. Which one is a sustainable source of energy that Zesco is exploring more of? I'll repeat that. It says, which one is a sustainable energy source that Zesco is exploring more of? Option A, we have coal. Option B, nuclear. Option C, solar. Option D, petrol. I'll run through those options again. We have A, coal, B, nuclear, C, solar, and D, petrol. Question.
Solar.
That is the correct answer. Okay, so I have a few more prizes And unfortunately, I was hoping to see a little bit of dancing on stage. I have 4 more prizes. Can we have volunteers who know how to jam and break? Come on. You can be from any school. Just quickly come up so that we can move with the program. Any volunteers? Any? Come on. I have 3 prizes left. 3 prizes. Who else wants to dance for their prize? Come on. There we go. DJ, are you ready? Okay. So I'm just gonna ask us to spread out to the end. Can you spread out to the end? Give each other enough room. Give each other enough room. Should they dance at a go one by one? Okay, DJ, we're gonna have them dance at a go. So make sure you pay attention because I'm gonna ask you who the winner is, right? Okay, DJ, let's go. Oh, DJ, there is actually your Emmanuel. Something jammy, something fun. I'm not piano, but you know. Okay, let's quiet down. While the DJ is looking for his music, I'm gonna allow them to introduce themselves quickly.
How you doing? How you doing? My name is Emmanuel, and I'm from Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Malamo Christopher. It's Lena from Better School. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, my name is Georgia. I'm from Chicken Girls. I'm in grade 4.
Good afternoon. My name is Jumi Kura from Kilika from Kaumba Secondary School. I'm in grade 12.
Okay, so here are your volunteers. I'll ask the DJ to drop us with a banner. And we get to choose our winner. DJ? Okay, guys, thank you so much for your participation. I'm gonna let the crowd decide. So I'm not tall. Actually, I'm not that bad. I'm quite tall enough. So I'm gonna walk behind them, and then you're gonna scream the loudest for the winner. Okay? We have a somewhat time, all right? So we're gonna try it again. I think it's a time. What do you think? What do you think? I'll leave it to him. It feels like a time to me. You get to choose what you want from my little hamper. And you get to choose what you want. And then the two ladies, you get to choose what you want. Thank you for participating. All the best, and I hope you guys have a bright future ahead of you, and that this career fair will be very inspiring. But for Zesco, we love you. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you very much, Zesco. Quickly, we are behind time. We are supposed to break off for 1 hour for our session, then we go for lunch. We invite at this point the Honorable Judge 1 hour to just come and give us some words of inspiration. Your Honor. Good afternoon, gentlemen and ladies. I hope you are enjoying yourselves. Okay, I just have a few words of inspiration. to just interact with you. I was here at Canisius from 1990 to 1994. By then, there was grade 8B and 9B. So I was in 8B and then moved to 9B. Then in grade 10, I was in 10 science to 12 science. I was one of the small prefects, and I've seen that there is also St. Joseph's in this place. That's my home village. I was at Chibuna Primary School, and so my journey from there, I came here. Now, the issue I need to share with you with this background is that it doesn't matter where you come from. I used to walk on foot. I had my first pair of shoes in grade 8. In fact, as I was growing up, my intention was to become a farmer. And stopped school in grade 7. I had deliberately chosen to fail my grade 7 exam because there was no other way of running away from school other than failing. My father was very strict, so you don't stay home for no reason. But I knew if I failed grade 7, then he's had it. He can't force me to pass. But things changed along the way. I started imagining myself coming back from secondary school wearing a pair of trousers, nice shoes, and some bag. That motivated me to go to grade 8 because I'd seen those who were ahead of me, how their looks changed when they went to grade 8. So I decided I'll go to secondary school so that I can look like my friends who are looking neat and well dressed when they went to grade 8. And that's how things changed. My grades changed. I came here, I did the best. I went to University of Zambia. Of course, I'll tell you that you need to interact more with your colleagues. My intention was to become a teacher. Because back in the village, at St. Joseph, I used to see teachers. So I was admiring the teachers. And my intention was to be a teacher. But like someone mentioned, that time we were applying the university applications, were filling them in before you write your exams. So one of my colleagues is a director at Sixth now. We're in the same class. He asked me, what do you want to do? I explained to him. He said, no, can you put probably humanities and the education, second choice, third choice, you can choose anything. Of course, the little story why I didn't want to continue with sciences, I hated physics at some point. Because of the way, there was a Father Water, if you go back to your history, he was teaching us physics. But the way he was delivering his material, you needed to read ahead. Because he would just come, ask questions, then give you some tests. And I didn't follow. And I thought physics was very difficult, especially vectors. So I decided, I think part of grade 10, grade 11, I didn't attend physics classes. I used to have school. But one day I picked paper 1 in physics. I went through. and I realized I could answer most of the questions. That's how I went back and wrote my physics. I passed. I will not tell you, but I passed very well even in that way. And that's why I was admitted to the University of Zambia. First year, I didn't know what to do. I wanted to do, at some point, development studies. And then, because what used to happen then, there was no direct entry to law school. One evening, we used to have rooftop prayers. So one of my colleagues asked me what I wanted to do. I said, DS. He said, no. I think, why don't you try law? So he said, you can, first choice, you can put law. Second choice, DS. Third choice, anything. And I followed what he said. At the end of the day, I was picked in the law school. And that year, a number of third-year students in law school failed. So I wanted to go back to humanities. I even found someone to swap with who was in humanities. I was now in law school. We went to school of law. They said, go to school of humanities. School of humanities, they sent us back to school of law. Then they said, go to academic office. When we went there, I said, where you are, that's where you're going to be. No more changes. And that's how I remained in the school of law. I had my fears, but I managed to work hard, and I was among the best graduating students in the school of law. I went to Ziad. I was able to clear first attempt and proceeded to become a magistrate because I didn't have finances to pay at Ziad. So I was employed as a magistrate class 2 while at Ziad. When I finished, I went straight to join the judiciary. I worked there for about 2 years. Then the judiciary decided to transfer me to Solwezi. One telling issue I may remind you about my days as a magistrate. There was a time these politicians, when Kakere Kalomba was arrested, it was alleged that he was hiding behind the computer. So the time he was arrested, I was the senior most at the station. So he was brought to the station, and a number of politicians came, appeared before my court. Then one of the politicians in the opposition then, his phone kept ringing. I ignored, rang, I ignored. The third time, I summoned him to come and sit down in front. And that was around 2003. Then that politician ended up becoming the president. That was President Microsoft. That was my experience as a magistrate. So the judiciary, after some time, decided to transfer me to Solwezi. I went there for 1 week. I didn't like the place. I came back, resigned, went into private practice in about 2004. So I remained in private practice up to 2023. 2023, I was appointed judge of the High Court. So currently, I'm working as judge of the High Court in the Commercial Court. So we are the people dealing with issues here in Curia. I'm sure you heard those when the Constitutional Court was delivering one of the judgments. And while in the private practice, I may also tell you that I handled quite a number of cases. I'm happy that I didn't handle a criminal matter relating to Mr. Mapari, but I handled conveyance and some other civil matters on his behalf. I also happen to represent the current president, when he was charged with treason, I was one of the lawyers who were representing him, and some other cases that he had asked me to attend to. So, at the end of the day, you heard what everyone says. But when they have problems in their careers, they come to us to resolve their problems. But even when they don't have problems, they still come to us to formalize their agreements. Because whatever agreement you enter in, you need to consult extensively and ensure that the terms and the conditions are not onerous, are conditions that you'll be in a position to perform as agreed. So that's where we are as lawyers. I'm not sure how many of you are planning to become lawyers. And I'll tell you, except my wife, I don't know, she has stepped out. I wanted to tell you that when you progress in your education, you expand the horizon for you to find the best wife for yourself. So you market yourself somehow. So gentlemen, if there's that lady who is running away from you, just work hard. Work hard, she will come around one day. Of course, ladies also, if you work hard, I met my wife, oh, she's back. You can stand. Where is that? But I met, okay, you can sit down. I met my wife at the University of Zambia. So when you work hard, you progress, there are other opportunities that you meet by virtue of your progress in education. We have our son here, he's in grade 10. We hope he's doing well and will do better than we are doing. So God bless you, work hard, motivate yourself. They say the sky is not even the limit. Thank you.
Thank you very much for what you started with. Okay, so every career requires discipline, and for us to have that discipline, we need to ensure that we undergo a good process of personal development. So under 5 minutes, I will invite Regan to just give us a short presentation before we break off. So after the presentation, we'll proceed to the classes there. We'll find the doors that are numbered and people who will be there to assist to answer the various questions before we proceed for lunch at the 14 hours. Regan.
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Well, we sound quite hungry. Okay, we'll be breaking out very soon. I just want to share something very critical. Can I have your attention, guys? Thank you. Many years ago, I was at this school. I first stepped foot in this school on the 17th of January 2005. And I left on the 18th of November 2009. I still have the dates. And throughout my stay at the school, I learned quite a number of things that I want to share with you in a few minutes. You know, for any individual who wants to get somewhere into life, must be well informed. If you are not informed, you miss a lot of opportunities. Even the Bible says that my people perish for lack of knowledge. So when you are informed, you make wise and informed decisions. And how to get to that part? We need to embrace the culture of reading books. Personal development is quite critical in all things that we do. How many of you are reading any books this year? Anyone reading books this year? Just a handful of us. Let me give you a challenge. Yesterday, I just bought myself my 74th book this year. And this is July. By the end of the year, I should have read at least 100 books. Why? Because when you stay informed, you realize there is so much knowledge that you need to understand and acquire. This does not come by accident. No. It's not even magical or does it happen as a surprise. You have to prepare for it. Some of the renowned people have said some quite great quotes. A person who doesn't read is as good as a person who doesn't want to know anything. And if you know nothing, you will never learn anything at all. Did you get that? So, if you want to become an engineer, you want to become a lawyer, you want to become an accountant, an economist, or any career path that you choose, the first step that you must try to embrace is to read and improve on the culture of reading. Today in Zambia, very few people love to read. We spend much of our time on the phones. 90% of our time is spent browsing through garbage. TikTok. Nothing wrong with TikTok. But if you look at the benefits of what you get from there, it's equal to zero. Many of us, when we go back home, the only thing we do is to go on TikTok and do dance challenges. Nothing wrong, but the benefits are not much. So as you go back to school, I want you guys to stay focused and prepared. Position yourself. Put yourself in a space where you can learn something. Decide to read the books that you put in your trunks or in the shops. Begin to understand things, and you see that it is going to improve your communication skills. It is going to improve your confidence and your self-esteem. And it is going to improve many things that you are not even thinking about right now. But they will improve because you are developing yourself by reading books and interacting with profitable material. So guys, I told you already, I'm reading my number 74th book. At least by this week I should finish it and get to my number 75. Who wants to do the challenge with me? Who wants to do the challenge with me? To read books. Many of the great people that you have heard, even the people that have spoken here and the one who was sitting here, they have read quite a number of books and the content has shaped and built who they are today. And if we do not change the narrative, you will see that we are not going to get the best out of our education. We'll be the people who are going to have degrees but without content and no substance at all, because we are not informed and we have no intellectual development in ourselves. Not to look down on anyone, but I just want to say in my final words, one great writer says, don't look at what the clock does, but do what it is doing. It keeps going. And today, friends, I want to encourage you, please, let's spend time to interact with great content and let's learn to read books written by great men and women that have ever treaded on the surface of this earth. It is good to meet you all today, though most of you look familiar because I often come to schools, almost at least a few times. Maybe some of you have seen me in your schools before, St. Joseph's, Kaumba, Chikuni Girls. No, because you don't read. Okay, that was a light note. That was a joke. That was a joke. But for the sake of time, I wish to end here and wish you all the best. And I know you are going to make the greatest minds the world has ever seen. All the best.
Thank you very much. At this point, we want to break off, but before we do that, we need a group photo. I'll just ask the school representative to lead the guests down here so that we can get a photo that can capture everyone. We'll proceed thereafter to the classes for the group discussions. Then at exactly 14 hours, we can go and have our lunch at the dining. I'm sure you've been inspired by the many presentations that have been given. Please do not give up in life. When you feel like giving up, remember that boy who used to go to school barefooted, who is now